Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we're going to be looking at what kind of love do you need right now? So that's what kind of love do you need right now? And that applies to whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you've just gotten out of a relationship. Your relationship status does not matter. And what we're going to do is you're going to pick a card, one of these 3 cards. But before we jump into that, I'd just like to say hello, welcome if you're brand new to the channel. Here at the Priestess Sophia, we're big about you choosing your intuition and listening to your own discernment and being able to follow your highest guidance. So when I'm channeling, when I'm reading for you, I'm tapping into my psychic ability. So those are the right frequencies to allow you to start feeling into your own intuition. If you'd like me to do a personal reading for you, do check out the description box. I'm very happy to do those. And if you resonate with the vision and the message of this channel in itself and the energy being put out here, please do remember to like and subscribe. Hello to returning subscribers. I really appreciate all your comments and all your support, and also, yes, really do enjoy your stories in the comment section. Remember, the more you engage with this channel by liking, subscribing, and commenting, the more you contribute energy here, and you help with that energy flow, that energy exchange, for me to be able to read your cards and also support the growth of this channel. Alrighty, so let's jump right into the picking of your piles. So the first one would be this card over here. This is the card of creativity, so just have a good look at that. See how you resonate with the card. Okay, that's going to be pile 1. Then this is pile 2. Have a look at this card. See how you resonate with that. This is the card of self-esteem. And then we've got pile 3, which is this card. And this is the card of intuition in a child. All right, beautiful beings, I'd suggest you take a deep breath in, a slow exhale, come back to your body, and then pick a pile that most resonates with you. You can close your eyes, and the first one that jumps out, I'd say that's the one for you. Alrighty, I'll see you in your reading. Ciao. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So we're looking at today, what kind of love do you need right now? This applies in singles, married, in a committed relationship, just met someone. Your relationship status does not matter. Love is all around. So we're talking about love, yes, in a relationship, we will be looking at that, but also just love in general and the kind of love that you most need. And we're going to see what the cards say. This card is the card that represents you right now and your energy and the theme of love in your life and your love life, your romantic life, but love just in general. So take the messages how they resonate for you. So the creativity card is quite a beautiful card. What I would say is, if you're thinking about a particular relationship, or however this reading resonates for you, whether that's a particular relationship that you're looking at or your love and your romantic life in general, and also how to attract love, butterflies are definitely a symbol that I would say that you possibly would look out for this kind of reading. Music notes, dancing would very much also be important, and rainbows are also standing out very much for me in terms of symbols and signs around this, the messages that come through this reading. I'd also say dancing in particular, a dancer, maybe a ballet dancer, maybe you are one yourself, maybe the person you're interested in is a dancer, a ballet dancer, and maybe dancing itself is going to be very useful for you in terms of clearing kind of stuck energies. If you're dealing with heartbreak at the moment, don't sit in that energy for too long. Sometimes, yes, you need to process, you need to feel your emotions, but also to get the energy moving to help you process, dancing is great for that. What I'm also feeling is that this is quite a psychic pile, quite an intuitive pile. But when I say intuitive, I'm talking more about psychic sort of ability, because we've got this purple around here. Purple is really just popping and standing out for me at the moment. Maybe the person that you're involved with, or the relationship that you're thinking about at the moment, when you look at this, when you've clicked on this reading, there may be a telepathic connection with this person. It might be a very strong spiritual relationship, and you might be very spiritual yourself. All right, this person could also possibly be a musician, or you're a musician, or the person that you're thinking about is an artist or a very strong creative person too. So the message of this card also is, when it comes specifically to themes in your love life and what's going on around your love life, is to see everything as a creative opportunity. So what does that mean? That there's no right or wrong. I feel like people who've chosen this pile might have taken their love life very seriously in the past, and now you're really being encouraged to stop judging yourself, stop judging the kind of decisions that you've made in your love life, and allow yourself more creativity. Allow yourself the opportunity to make a mistake and then learn from that, and see every so-called mistake or every sort of failure as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to explore a little bit more, to see life as an adventure, to take a little bit more risks and be curious in that, taking a fun approach. If you are someone, because I do feel a large majority of the people who could have chosen this are either in new relationships, or are single, or are just kind of putting themselves out there, is to maybe try something different to what you have tried before, and be open to doing that. You might be in a very flirtatious kind of period in your life as well. And it's to kind of take that sort of energy into the space, into your love life. So those are the messages that's coming through. Anything else? So that's basically kind of the energy that you're working with. It's a very fun energy to be in. I'd also say there's been a lot of transformation in your love life, where also things are going to start looking up now too. If they've been dark or difficult and there's been a lot of heartbreak, you're being invited to bring more lighter energy. Use music to help you to clear things. Use dance, and also allow yourself to take this transformative process, move through the transformation, and aid this new energy in your love life, in your relationships, in the relationship that you're asking about, with newness, being able to dance with the different moments, with dance with this person, to dance with yourself, and to dance with life. All right, that's a lot of channeled messages that are coming through. So now what we're going to do, pile one, is we're going to be using the tarot to see what kind of love you need right now. What kind of love is going to be the best for you? What kind of love is literally going to feed your soul, pile one? So while I'm busy shuffling the cards and we're connecting with that, remember, if you haven't yet, do like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to know how this resonated for you. If you're resonating with me already, do like this reading, do comment down below, pile one. Your energy that you contribute really helps me to read more accurately for you. Alrighty, okay, so pile one, what kind of love do you need right now? We're looking for 6 cards. We're looking for 6 cards. Okay, so number one, this is you. Okay, number two, pile one. Number 2, the second card is the kind of love that you need right now. Ooh, we've got 2 cards that popped out. I'm going to take both of them. So that's the kind of love that you need right now. Alrighty, what do we have for what do you need to express? First card that comes out. Okay, we've got that over here. And then we've got, what is it that you need to give? What it is that you need to give. Okay, this is what you've got to give. What it is that you need to take. That card just, I'm going with that one. Just feels like, and this is how you'll get the love that you need. How will pile one get the love that they need? How will pile one get the love that they need? Ooh, here we go. Alrighty. So pile one, I'm very excited to see how this goes. I'm going to put this card over here. You can just see that, just so that we have more space. Okay. All right, pile one. So going over the placement of the cards, this is you at the moment. This is the kind of love that you want. This is what you need to express. This card is what you need to give, these two cards together. This is what you need to take. And this is how this love will come into life. So you at the moment, we have 8 of swords, and that came up reverse. So we're reading upright or reversed? Upright, okay, wants to come in as upright. So you at the moment, you're definitely feeling stuck. So remember when we spoke about this creativity card, I said it's time to not look at things so much in terms of right and wrong, and to take a bit more of a creative process and to take a bit more of a curious process in terms of how you approach your love life. So what I'm feeling for you, pile one, there's been a lot of stuckness, but it's stuckness in your own perception, stuckness in the way that you're looking at your love life. I feel like there may have been quite a lot of relationships that you've been through that just haven't worked, but there's something in the way that you are showing up and the way that you're looking at your relationships and the way that you're thinking about things. I'm not saying that you haven't had your heart broken and that you are entirely at fault, but right now in your energy, there is something that it's the way that you're seeing things. It's the way that you're looking at things. This is actually a really beautiful card because the power is in your hands with this card. If you can see the blindfold and her being tied up is all basically her own doing. She can take this blindfold off. She can untie herself and she can free herself, which means you can do the same thing. So you might be feeling stuck, you might be feeling trapped, but it's just beautifully just a matter of perception. What I'm also feeling is someone might have just come out of a really long-term relationship. So this is quite specific. It feels like it has been for 8 years, and it feels like you might feel very stuck. Some of you, it's 8 months, and you may have had an idea of this relationship lasting much longer. And now you're kind of feeling stuck and not really knowing how to move forward. I'm also hearing it has left you jaded, and there may have been jaded perceptions around how things are going to move forward. I feel like this person may have also kind of pulled the wool over your eyes, whoever this is for, and may have left you unsure of actually how to proceed. And that's kind of created this energy of stuckness. Okay, let's see what kind of relationship you want. All right, so are we looking at the Hierophant upright or reversed? Upright. Okay, so we've got the kind of love that you want. We've got the Knight of Cups, but we've also got the Hierophant over here. And when I look at these two cards together, what I'm seeing is that the kind of love that you need now is you need someone, a person specifically, so this is definitely more of a romantic kind of relationship, is in romantic relationships, you need someone who is very sensitive, someone who is open with how they feel, someone who is willing to be very romantic with you, someone who is willing to do the type of things that you'd like them to do, someone who's going to be soft with you, someone who's going to buy you flowers, someone who's going to surprise you, someone's going to tell you, I love you very much, I care about you, I'm here for you, someone who's going to open up and give their cup to you. Your probably love language might be a lot of touch. I'm also feeling lots of words of affection, and yes, acts of service. So I'm feeling words of affection really coming through, touch, and acts of service is the strongest kind of love languages, but it doesn't really matter. Let me know in the comment section which one of those really resonates with you. But someone who is romantic but also really believes in love being long term. So you want someone who's going to be romantic but really committed to you. And I do feel that kind of love is going to come into your space if you also honor how you feel. So it's honoring your own beliefs around love too, and your feelings around love, and the kind of feelings that you need to feel to be in a committed relationship. So that's really the kind of love you're looking for. Someone who's committed to you but is open and emotionally vulnerable and provides a safe space where you can share your emotions. That's going to be the type of love that is most important to you. And if it's not functioning in a relationship, that's also the kind of approach that you need to take for yourself. It's like creating a sort of safe space where you can be gentle, open, and romantic with yourself, and be committed to that expression within yourself and to yourself. Alrighty, let's see. Ooh, I do really though feel that a romantic relationship is going to come through strongly, because we've got soulmates here, we've got Knight of Cups, and then we have the Hierophant. So I do feel that if you're single right now, your relationship is probably going to move into a long-term, more committed space. And if you're someone who's just entered a relationship, the person who you're involved with, it's likely that it could move there. So don't let your perceptions get in the way of that. Okay, so this is what you need to express. So when I see the Two of Cups, I'm also feeling it's like being in tune with your masculinity and your femininity. So that's you expressing that. But because this is a soulmate card and two people seeing eye to eye, it's about you expressing what it is for yourself that you would desire from a soulmate. Are you expressing the values and the qualities that you would like in a soulmate? So you need to express your true the things that you value, and the things that give you emotional commitment, and also being open to expressing that with the person that you're involved with. So a lot of that relates to being a good friend to yourself, but also greater friendship in your partnership. That's whether this is a new partnership, whether it's a more committed relationship. I'm really feeling that friendship values are very important right now. If you're looking to draw in someone and you're single, then it's also about maybe taking the approach of looking at, okay, can we be friends? Can we see each other eye to eye? Can we match one another's values? So values, what you value in a soulmate, that's really what's important right now. And those are the qualities that you also need to express. You need to express friendship. You need to also express openness. You need to be able to find that balance also within yourself in terms of your masculine and feminine, and expressing that friendship towards yourself too. That's really what you need to express right now to get the kind of love that you need. Okay, so what do you need to give? All right, so we've got lots of beautiful cup energy in this reading, pile one, which is absolutely gorgeous. So there's a lot of really needing to be a little bit more in touch with the emotions, right? And respecting those emotions and what they're showing you and what they're teaching you. I'm seeing that with the Knight of Cups here, and I'm also seeing with the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So the King of Cups is your wisdom, and it's trust, and it's being able to have a lot of emotional maturity, right? So what you need to give is to give that sort of the understanding that you've gained through being an emotional person, through recognizing your emotions, through the wisdom that you've gained through your experiences. Don't get stuck in your head. You can trust what you've learned from previous relationships, and give that in a way where I almost feel that you're quite generous with it. When I'm looking at the Nine of Cups here, it can often talk about your own sort of personal satisfaction and just looking at what you want and what you're wishing for. But I feel that it's almost like you're able to be the genie in the situation, the genie in the relationship, the one who has gained a lot of wisdom, a lot of understanding, a lot of I want to say emotional capabilities, but also grit for some reason, and resilience, and being able to give that in a relationship. I'm also feeling that what you need to give is your wishes, what it is that you desire from a relationship too. Don't be afraid to share what it is that you're desiring, right? Because we've got here, which is what you need to express. And we spoke about these kind of friendship values, and the values express the values that you want in a romantic partner. But it's also then giving the same that you want in a relationship, giving that, and not being afraid to give that. Because even when I'm looking here and you see her hands tied behind her back and her eyes closed, she's stopping herself from being able to be an active sort of participant in a reality. And we're moving very much to the emotional space, right? Look at all these cup cards from a mental sort of space. So the kind of disillusionment or any sort of lack, any sort of stuckness that you're feeling in your relationships, it's going to be healed by you tapping more into what you can share emotionally, and by you being kind of also being able to go with the flow, right? Feeling that water energy within your relationships, which is a lot what this is talking about. Allowing for creativity, allowing for yourself to make mistakes, allowing your partner to make mistakes too, and then holding a loving space for both you and your partner. Alrighty, so this is what you need to take. So this is what you need to give. This is what you need to take. So we've got Queen of Swords, upright or reverse. Okay, so what I'm hearing is upright. So when the Queen, upright or reverse, upright. Oh, I don't know why I kept it down. That's quite interesting. So what you need to take from either your relationship, maybe your partner is a lot more logical and clear cut in their approach, is take that sort of lead, take that sort of guidance if this is coming from your partner. But if it's not necessarily coming from your partner, it's also you being able to take the guidance that you're being given. I feel like, I feel like you don't follow through on your advice or on what you're seeing or what it is that your vision for your relationships is. And I'm also hearing the word boundaries quite a bit, and boundaries in terms of standards. So it's sort of what you need to take is you need to take your standard and hold true to that, hold true to the vision that you have in your love relationships. So what I'm feeling here is if you're looking for a romantic partner who's going to be committed to you, it's about maintaining that kind of standard, right? What is it that you value? We spoke a lot about that with the Two of Cups and friendship, and being clear about that, and taking that into your relationships itself, but also I almost feel like it's such a weird thing for me to say because I don't really like pushing people into taking my advice, rather if it resonates. But what I'm saying with the cards is take the advice that you're getting from the cards now. It's like I feel like the cards are saying, take this advice that you're getting. You're allowed to take advice and follow through with it. And you're allowed, for some, I feel like it's very important, you're allowed to have the standards that you want. You're allowed to have the things that you want. Don't get too emotionally caught up in yourself, because Knight of Cups can be quite emotionally indulgent. So don't get caught up too much in yourself and your own sort of frustrating emotions around things. Trust your standards. All right, how are you going to get the love that you want? So we've got Five of Pentacles in reverse. Is it upright or reversed? Okay, we're getting upright. So this is feeling sort of not being able to trust your intuition, feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold. So what I do feel is like, how are you going to get the love that you want is by listening to your needs and the needs that you've left abandoned in the past. So when we have these two cards next to one another, it's like looking at it and taking what you want. Taking what you want, taking what you need, and not you getting to a point where you're outside in the cold on your crutches. It's also about being able to look around you. So the Five of Pentacles, you've got these two miserly figures here walking out in the cold. It's snowing, but right next to them there's a church. So here's this glass window here. There is some sort of solace here. There is a place where they can go and be warm and safe. And often this talks about an intuition that's being ignored, an opportunity that's being ignored, and getting too stuck, like we look over here, in an issue, and then feeling abandoned, then feeling left out in the cold. So what I feel is the way that you're really going to get the love that you want is by holding to those standards and not just keeping yourself stuck on one opportunity. If there's a relationship that you're in at the moment, pile one, where you feel like things aren't moving in the direction that you want, it's because you're looking only in one direction. Look to the left. Look at another solution. Find another solution. Some of you may be getting too stuck in old abandonment wounds and getting stuck in an abandonment story. So the way to get out of that is to look to the light, is to look at what it is that you want. Are you getting what you want? Are you holding to the boundaries that you have set for yourself? That is going to enable the love that you want in your life overall, whether that's single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're in a relationship that you want to take to a next level. Doesn't matter whether it's a new relationship. That is what's going to give you the beautiful, romantic, committed, kind of solid love that you want. I also feel like you need to be clear for yourself that you don't repeat the same kind of abandonment story for yourself, and sort of almost accept your partner, or expect your partner to have all of your needs met. It's also about you being able to see where your partner needs to take the lead, like this person in front here, but also where you shouldn't abandon yourself. I feel like there may be a tendency in pile one to let go of and abandon their own needs for the sake of partners. I feel like there's like a set way that things usually happen in your relationships, and that you may be prone to codependency. That might not resonate with everyone, but I feel like that you might put your needs on the back burner. But it's to not be afraid of taking ownership of your needs, of taking ownership of your emotional needs, expressing that, and expressing that in a way where you're a friend to either your partner if you're in a relationship, or a friend to yourself. All right, pile one, this was a little bit of a different reading, but I find that the spread is incredibly useful in terms of leveling up your relationships and leveling up the type of love that you do receive in your life. Please let me know in the comment section what particularly resonated the most for you. I'd love to know. And if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor to read cards for you, pile one. And may you be blessed from here all the way to the rest of your life. And may you always make decisions that are on the right path, divine alignment for what is right for you. And I'll see you in your next reading, pile one. Bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome. This is your card. And well, this is your reading if you chose this card, which is the self-esteem card with guardian angel Michael. Alrighty, welcome if you are new to the channel. Here on the Priestess Sophia, we're all about you practicing discernment and honoring your intuition. So do note whilst I'm reading your cards, where do you feel triggered? Why do you feel triggered? Feel into your body. Does something feel right? Does it not feel right? You know, that's how you learn how to tap into your intuition more, by practicing with it. So use this opportunity to listen to yourself. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. We can go deeper into your situation and see what else. And you can also feel into my energy, enabling you to also feel into your own intuition. Alrighty, remember, when you do like, comment and subscribe, you contribute your energy to this channel, and it enables me to give you better readings. Great. So self-esteem card. So what this card talks about specifically is, for me, whenever I see Archangel Michael, he always comes in to clear boundaries. A lot of the time, Archangel So to clear your aura and to also establish better boundaries. So often when this card comes up, this for me is when people who have had difficult relationships where there may have been abuse, there may have been deception, and there may have been trauma in the past, or in the most in past relationships, past intimate relationships, and these patterns are playing out, or when you've just yes, issues of respect, when respect in a relationship has not been honored. Maybe you haven't respected yourself, or someone hasn't respected you. And this is particularly why it's talking about self-esteem. This card talks about you possibly, pile 2, you might be in a space right now where you're either feeling, if you're in a relationship, that your partner is not seeing eye to eye with you, isn't really respecting your view on things, and isn't really treating you the way that you'd like, or in a specific relationship that you're asking about. Doesn't have to be romantic. And even if it's just you as an individual and as a single person, and there's not necessarily a relationship you're looking at, you might feel like the odd one out right now, that your views are different, your perspectives are different, and maybe people aren't even getting your boundaries. They aren't even getting what it is that matters to you. I'm also feeling that the HSPs may have chosen this. Also very sensitive people who feel a lot, maybe empaths as well, pick up on a lot of other people's emotions, and often have a tendency to not necessarily look after themselves. But you now, pile 2, are in a space where that is changing, where that is clearing out. As you can see, we've got these beautiful wings of Archangel Michael and this beautiful heart. So someone who's very much in the unconditional love space, but this unconditional love space, pile 2, needs to be directed more internally as opposed to externally. So that is the theme and the energy of your love life in general. It's about you needing to respect yourself, respect your boundaries, respect your viewpoints, respect what it is that you want. Now is not the time to falter. Now is not the time to abandon yourself. Now is the time to stand more in your power and integrity than ever before. And you can do it with love, and you can do it with grounded, strong love. Also, what's very important is to maybe even take a step back and just to be with yourself a little bit. Like you can see, there's a whole bunch of people around here, and here there's Archangel Michael's around you. So there might have been, for some of you, I'm feeling that you could have just come out of a family conflict kind of situation, and you're feeling like the odd one out. And this could even be an old pattern in your family that may even be playing out in your relationship, where you might even feel like the odd one out with your partner's friends. But I'm feeling that for those of you who this resonates for, please do let me know in the comment section if it does. This is also a pattern that you're being asked to clear from yourself. It's to not abandon yourself when you feel different, but it's to also honor your difference. So why you're feeling like the odd one out now is because there's a need to cultivate greater self-esteem and self-trust in your love life, just in general, because it's going to enable you to experience more freedom in your love life too, and security, feeling secure in the love that someone gives you. All right, so pile 2, whilst I am shuffling the cards, if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe, and if you'd like a personal reading too, check out the description box. Alrighty, let's see, pile 2, who are you right now in this situation? Can we have, okay, so we've got this card represents you. What kind of love? Ooh, there's a lot of cards popping out. What kind of love does pile 2 need at the moment? What kind of love is it that they need? What kind of love does pile 2 need at the moment? What kind of love? Okay, so we've got 3 cards popping out. I'm going to take all 3 just because they came out so strongly. Okay, so what? Yeah, this is this card. So this is what you need to express. This is what you need to give. Okay, this is what you need to, okay. Those cards came out before. Let's try again. This is what you need to take. What do you need to take? Hang on, Taryn. Hang on. Patience. I'm being told patience. Okay. And then this is how you, there we go. This is how you're going to find love. Card flipped over. Alrighty, so this is you at the moment. Wow, seems like the collective is really feeling stuck. So we've got Two of Swords. Is it upright or reversed? Upright. Reversed. Reversed. I'm going to read it in reverse. Okay, so if we look here, the Two of Swords usually, this is your energy. So let's just go through. This is your energy. This is the kind of love that you need. This is what you need to express. This is what you need to give to get that love. This is what you need to take from others or from life in general. And this is how you will find this love. Okay, so right now for you, things feel complex. You might even be in a situation where you have two people that you're interested in. You may be in a situation where there's someone that you're actually thinking of maybe leaving the relationship and you're not so sure anymore how to move forward. And the relationship that you're in actually might be stagnant at the moment and it's not moving in any sort of direction. You yourself are not being honest with yourself about your feelings. And it's time to take a step back and use not only your logic to look at the relationship, but to really address how you feel and think. So how do you feel and think about the relationship that you're asking about, and also about how you approach relationships in general? All right. I feel like in this situation where it's reversed, it might be that the situation that you're looking at is not as complex as you may think it is. It feels that, yes, things might be a bit of a stalemate, but it's going to start coming out of that energy the more you can actually just go within and look at your two options and give each option that you have, whether that's staying in a relationship or leaving in the relationship, give them both the light of day and the integrity they deserve in terms of feeling into the situation and in terms of getting clear about your priorities. That's really what you need to do. If it's about a situation that's not moving forward, it's not moving forward because I don't feel that you're really being honest enough, very much about how you really feel in the situation. You see these rocks underneath there. When I'm looking at them now, they look like you're only looking at the tip of the iceberg. There's something that needs to be acknowledged. There might be a little bit of denial in this situation, and I feel that maybe that I'm getting the sense, and this may not apply to everyone, someone who is getting this reading now is in a relationship with someone who shouts at them quite a bit and doesn't listen to them and turns a blind eye to their own sort of negative behavior. And you're also turning a blind eye to how that makes you feel. And I feel that it may be affecting you on a deeper level than you're being honest about. And I feel like you need to be honest with yourself about that pile too. All right. Okay. So before we go there, let's see what kind of love you need. So we've got, talking about some sort of soulmate love here. Yeah, there we go. We're talking about Six of Pentacles. So we've got 6 and 6. And we're talking about, look at this. So I do feel whoever, so we've got 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and the Temperance card. Just do have a moment to look at that. So when I look at these 3 cards together, beautiful being, pile 2, is I do not feel that there's a fair give and take in this situation. So, and I feel that that is also why there's a need for balance here. I feel that someone is being given more than someone else, and it's coming from a past issue as a child. Maybe I don't feel like you've been given enough and a fair amount of attention as a child. And I feel like this may be a pattern that's coming from childhood, where you've sort of been taught to need to give more than you must give. And I'm saying that because 6 of Child, we're talking about sort of nostalgia. We're talking about your inner child too. Look, it's like 2 children here. So the kind of love that you need is someone that can really recognize your inner child, someone who can connect with you on that kind of level. I feel like if you're in a relationship, you need to be taking care a bit more of your inner child at the moment. You need to be looking back at the beginning of the relationship and look at what was exciting and beautiful about the relationship in the beginning, what made it romantic in the beginning, and look at how you can get back to that balance. Because look, we've got balance here sort of on both sides. We've got temperance and we've got Six of Pentacles. And I would say if you're the masculine in the situation, I think it's time to be, maybe get the person that you're involved with a gift. If you're feeling like because we're getting this here, yeah, I don't know why I wanted to say that. That's a very particular message because I don't feel like that's for everyone. If you're the masculine in a relationship, I feel like there's some sort of gift giving that's going to allow things to balance out a little bit more here. I feel the kind of love that you want is where things are balanced and even, and you're not really getting that right now. I do feel like you might overall pile 2 be giving more than the person that you're involved with. And I do feel like things need to come into balance, specifically around emotional involvement and giving emotionally, right? And I feel like there may be denial about how you feel and about the amount of emotion and investment that you put in a relationship. For me, pile 2, the type of love you need right now is where someone is wanting to take care of your inner child, meet you in that way, understand that vulnerability and innocence, and want to express the beauty of that with you and to celebrate that beauty, and almost like go like, oh, I don't know why I want to say this, but I want to celebrate and gift and feed that inner child. I want to nourish that inner child of yours, and that in a way that makes you feel stable and loved and supported and considered. Someone who's considerate. You need someone who's considerate to how you feel. And I'm feeling some of you may have been in traumatic situations as a child or in a past traumatic relationship, but someone who can understand that, the consequences of that. So not everybody can appreciate how being in a very difficult relationship in the past can maybe affect your needs. And I feel like you need someone who has compassion and the patience to understand that. And that is also for you to be able to give that to yourself, and to someone who's willing to not just take from you, but who's really willing to give to you too. I'm also feeling you need a kind of patient love, to not rush into things, to take a stable and harmonious approach to things. I feel like the reason why I was saying there's like a lot of shouting. You may have even in your childhood experienced a lot of fighting and shouting around your parents. And I feel like it's important for you to be in a space where you feel safe to be your inner child, and you're considered, and you go forward in a measured, step-by-step approach where you do feel that there's really an equal give and take. There was a lot of stuff that came through pile 2. I'd really love to know how it resonates. Please do let me know in the comment section. Okay, so this is what you need to express in relationships. So when we see 6 of Wands, it really talks about our own sort of personal power, and it can be quite ego based, but it's also personal power, personal victory. So it's really about what you need to express is who you are in a way that is victorious. So for you in your relationship, it's about really reclaiming that personal power and standing tall in that personal power and standing tall in that self-expression. Do not be afraid to be who you are publicly. Do not be afraid to step out in the world with pride in who you are and what your ideas are, what it is that you value, and your personal expression. I feel that you may have hidden that, or might even be hiding that in your relationship right now, but it's really important for you to express more of who you are. to all the people around you. And I'm getting a strong sense of around family and around friends too, because I'm just getting it's an even in work relationships too. It's very important for you to do that. All right. Okay, so what you need to give, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what you need to give is trust in fate and destiny more. That is what you need to give. I also feel like you need to give up on old cycles and patterns. There may be a lot of like when I see the two of swords reversed here, and I see the Wheel of Fortune, and I see the Six of Cups here. I feel like there might be a cyclical approach to your relationships. If you are in a relationship with someone where you're going sort of through a honeymoon phase, and then a tense phase, and then there's sort of a blow up, I think you need to release that cycle. There's an end of a pattern that needs to come here. You will know who you are. I know who I'm speaking to. I can feel that I'm very strongly connecting with someone who understands this. Maybe a couple more than just one person. Do let me know in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. How you're going to do this is honoring your personal power. You deserve someone who is going to give the way that you deserve to be given to. Someone who's going to honor your past experiences too. Someone who's going to make your inner child feel safe. Your inner child deserves to feel safe. You deserve to be in a relationship where things are reciprocated. There's a cycle here. There's a cycle that's playing out too much. And it's sort of the same kind of choices that are being made. And there's a denial of this. But it's coming out of a childhood patterning. A childhood patterning of maybe you're not being good. You've been told that you're not good enough. And that you kind of need to take and accept scraps. And that you need to make sure that everybody else is okay before you check that you're okay. So that's what you need to give that. You need to let go of that. I feel like you can also, I want to say, speak what it is that you want into reality. So ask life to give what it is that you want. Yes. Okay, so what is it that you need to give? Okay, so we're just talking about patterns. We've got Wheel of Fortune here. And the Devil. So this is what you need to take. What is it that you need to take? So we've got the Devil. Such an interesting card and what it is that you need to take. I feel like you've allowed yourself to be controlled by other people and what other people desire and they want. So you need to take what it is that you desire. You need to take control of the situation and free yourself and take from the situation is like take yourself out of a situation where you're feeling quite trapped and pulled into a very unhealthy sort of addictive cycle. I'm really feeling pile 2. These are for people who are finding themselves in patterns of cyclical relationships where they are not really being treated properly. I want to draw a clarifier for what it is that you need to take. You need to take your power back. You are not in bondage. You are not stuck. You might feel that you are, but this is not true. This is a way of seeing yourself. What does pile 2 need to take? What do they need to take to get the love? Yes. Okay. So we've got Ace of Cups and we've got 4 of Wands. So what I'm feeling here is it's like take a new approach to love. Allow yourself to be celebrated and freed from old patterns of love. If you are wanting a more committed relationship and you're wanting to feel more stable in your relationships, then that's what you need to ask for. That's what you need to take. You need to take your desires, what it is that you truly desire, and stand in that integrity. Stand in your own self-esteem and communicate that. Do not get stuck into any sort of idea that you are tied to someone. You need to take the type of relationship that you want. I feel like this is Spirit's affirming that the type of relationship where you are feeling emotionally abundant, and that there's a commitment here that is there for you. I'm also feeling that I'm speaking to my pile who may feel like they are in a sort of twin flame situation, because we've got the Four of Wands here, which is often that, and we've got the Devil too, which for me, when you have these cards and then you've got a soulmate card, you might even be in a bit of a karmic relationship as well. There might be a karmic relationship, or it might be a twin flame relationship. So there's some sort of older patterns that are showing up here that need to be healed. And that if you can let go of those older sort of addictive kind of patterns, remember, you don't have to be addicted to drugs and alcohol to have some sort of addiction. It can be an addiction to a cycle. It can be an addiction to a sort of pattern. It can be an addiction to a sort of being codependent. I really feel that if you're in a relationship with someone who feels like your twin, then you're being told you can take that committed relationship that you want. The universe is guiding you to that space. You're allowed to take that. And this relationship might be exactly that relationship. For others of you who feel like there's more cyclical sort of pattern, and you're feeling like this could be a little bit more of a karmic relationship, you'll know. I know there's someone who just thought, no, this is my twin. And when I said karmic relationship, they realized actually maybe this is more karmic. There is a better relationship for you. And that is what you need to take. You need to take a new approach. Acknowledge how you're feeling. Four of Wands sometimes for me is that sometimes things have come to a completion. So if you're on the verge of feeling like that this relationship needs to end, whichever relationship you're referring to, you need to allow it to complete, to come to its end, to complete whatever cycle. If there's cycles that have been playing out, you need to take charge in ending this kind of sort of cycle in the relationship. Let it be complete, and take charge to a more emotional, abundant, emotionally expressive space where you are expressing who you really are and expressing your needs, and that you need to be considered. That you need to be considered, and how you're going to feel that something that you need to take that. Okay, how are you going to get this? Alrighty, so how are you going to get this kind of love that you want? We've got Four of Cups. So I feel this card talks a lot about doubts, right? But if you look here, we've got an Ace of Cups coming here, and we've got an Ace coming up there. So I feel like you are being offered something new, and you are not seeing it clearly. There's some sort of opportunity that's coming out of a tricky situation in this relationship dynamic, or in your general approach in love, and you're doubting it. If you're feeling like this is a good relationship, those are the people who I said might even be in a twin flame, or you're feeling like it's a soulmate relationship, there is an opportunity coming out of a cyclical pattern here that needs to end, and you are doubting it too much. And the only way that you are going to be able to see that is to lift your head up and get out of your doubts, and stop focusing on what's happened in the past, and find some sort of gratitude in whatever struggle has just appeared in the relationship. There might be a pattern that's playing out the whole time. There might be a cycle that's just ended. There might just have been a breakup or a stalemate that's happened. But this is showing you that there's needing to be an end to a particular pattern that's playing out from childhood. I feel like, and to own that, and to own your personal expression, and to own whatever emotions that you're not acknowledging. And doubt can be one of those too. I hope that resonates. I hope that makes sense, pile 2. I feel that's all I've got for you in this reading. Do let me know in the comment section how that resonates in your situation, and how that helps you in your situation. I'd really love to know that. And if you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. Alrighty, pile 2, it's been an absolute honor for me to read your cards today. Quite an interesting reading. I do feel like there are many stories playing out here. And may you be blessed, and may you follow your divine path and follow the divine inspiration that flows through you. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. This is your card. This is your reading. If you pick this card, the intuition, the inner child card. It's a really, really beautiful card. So if you're new to this channel, welcome to the Priestess Sophia. Welcome returning subscribers. Super to have you here. And do remember, at the Priestess Sophia, we're all about actually you following your intuition, your highest guidance. So do please listen to how your body responds to certain messages. Sometimes the whole reading isn't the message for you. Sometimes it's just a phrase or 2 words that you need to hear. So I always encourage people to listen to the whole reading unless you can already feel it doesn't resonate with you, right? Then pick another pile. I'm pretty sure there's a reason you're here at this particular reading today. Alrighty. Do remember to like and subscribe. When you do that, I can tap more into your energy and read your cards more accurately. And if you'd like a personal reading too, check out the description box. So what I'm feeling with this is the pile. I feel like there's a lot of, this is your energy and your theme in your love life at the moment. It doesn't matter whether you're single or in a relationship or recently broken up. Take the messages how they resonate, is that there's some sort of understanding that has been gained in the current relationship that you're in or in the one that you've just left. I do feel like majority of you have actually just left a relationship, and this relationship has opened and unlocked your intuition. You might actually just be getting a lot of intuitive nudges on what kind of partner that you're getting, and you need to listen to those nudges. I feel like some of you are sitting out, and I feel some of you actually, this is very specific, but it's coming through, might have sat in the sun and shook your head in the sun and felt the sun on your skin, and then actually got in a sort of an image or a vision of something that is to come to pass in a relationship. If this is not happened yet, I do feel that for some of you that is going to happen. Do listen to this vision, this idea that comes through you. It is coming from your intuition. I do also feel that there is, for some of you, oh, this is very specific, a baby on the way that could be coming through this relationship. And this baby that might be on the way very shortly is showing you a lot about yourself and what you need in a relationship. I think that's for a small number of you, but I feel that must be said. What else am I getting? This card's also talking a lot about you getting out of your head, really getting out of your head and trusting your flow. I feel some of you might have an issue in your left leg. Do let me know in the comment section if that resonates with you. And I feel what would be really good with you is the left leg. There's some sort of trauma that's sitting there from an inner child issue. I'm hearing car accident, and I'm also seeing a bit of a walking stick. So that also could relate to a parent or an authority figure or someone that you were close to that may have had an accident that might have affected their left leg. And I feel like someone's coming to say hi through that. So if you're getting intuitive messages about people who've passed on, please do pay attention to that. This is just also random confirmation that is coming through for you, pile 3. Okay, pile 3, let's see. We are going to draw from your tarot, and each card has a specific context. If you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. Let's see, pile 3. Who are you right now? Who are you right now in terms of the kind of love that you need? One card, please. Let's have one card. One card, please. Let's just have one. Okay, I might just draw one. Okay, this is what it is. That's who you are. Alrighty. What kind of love does... Okay, that's what kind of love you need right now. What does pile 3 need to express? What does pile 3 need to express? Okay, got that. What does pile 3 need to give in terms of the love that they need? What do they need to give? Okay. What does pile 3 need to take? What do they need to take in terms of the love that they... Okay. Interesting combination. And then we've got, how will you get the kind of love that you need, pile 3? How will you get the kind of... Okay. So you at this moment, we've got Temperance in reverse. So that's a Sagittarius. So you may be Sagittarius. Maybe you're also just a fire sign, but it's not necessary. Upside, up, down, or... Take it slow. Take it slow. If there's a relationship that you're in right now and it's moving really fast, you're being advised to slow it down a little bit. Don't rush. You're getting intuitive nudges that are really being divinely guided. Listen to them. Don't rush. You do not want to rush this. There are things that you're learning in this current relationship. Doesn't matter which relationship it is. Do not rush. That also applies if you are single. There's some sort of, don't rush to get into the next relationship, because there's a lot of downloads that's coming through for you. And this is what I'm seeing with the Temperance card. Who you are right now, you are actually being, it came up reversed, being impatient. And you're really being asked to step into patience, to step into slowing things down, to making sense of how you really feel, to listen to the kind of downloads that you're getting. Remember, I spoke about sitting in the sun and getting visions. I'm really seeing that again here with the light around this purple person's head, and even here with the angel's head as well, just the light that's coming around there. And I don't know if you can hear that my oil burner is starting to sizzle. So I do just feel you just need to listen a little bit better and just move. If you're in an impatient space, come back to patience, come back to centeredness, come back to stillness. Come back to listening. Listening is very important. If you are in that space, that is where you are. You're trying to find balance within yourself and within your understanding of yourself within relationships. And that applies whether you're single or not. All right, pile 3. So interesting, we've got this kind of juggling aspect too here, right? So we've got holding the 2 cups, and then we've got this man here juggling the 2 pentacles. So again, this is a message that came through earlier, but it's coming through again. There may be 2 options here. There may be 2 people that you're interested in. If you are, do let me know in the comment section. I do feel that if you are in a situation with 2 people, who makes you feel, who's more fun? Because that's what this card talks about. It's about having fun. So the kind of love that you need is like embracing your free spiritedness, embracing the fun in things, and yes, being able to juggle your kind of options, juggle where you're at. Maybe you're also the type of person who's usually been in very serious relationships, and I feel like you're being guided to just have fun now. If you're just dating, if you're involved with someone, it's really taking a little bit more of a light-hearted approach, and that's what you need. You need to find the fun in relationship. That's really just what's coming through very, very strongly. What is fun? It's going to bring a lot of emotional balance. Okay, so what is it that you need to express? Okay, so it's interesting because we get the 5 of Swords, and this can often talk about deception. Sometimes it can talk about empty victories. It can also talk about one person winning and another losing. And what I'm seeing here is I spoke about 2 options, right? And then we've got 2 people in the back and 1 over here. So what you've got to express, and I think this is very important for yourself, is you've got to express what is going to make you feel like a winner. Okay, I do want to draw just to clarify it, because it's such an odd card in terms of what you need to express. What is a victory going to feel like to you in this situation? Okay. Hey, alrighty, pile 3. We had the electricity go out. So where was I? I was talking about you need to express what's actually going to make you feel like a winner, right? But what does that mean? It essentially means that This card, Five of Swords, often talks about conquest, loss, and defeat. And we were talking about two people. So you might be the one who's got options, or you actually might have been in a situation where the person that you're asking about, you might even be in a third party situation, because we are seeing that over here. I know this doesn't speak specifically about that, but I am getting that message that there may be some of you are in that situation. So in terms of what you need to express, is you need to look at your own integrity. And there's certain principles that you feel are actually important in a relationship that you haven't respected within yourself. And I feel that is what you need to communicate. It's like communicating your own boundaries. Because when I asked for a clarifier, I got Four of Swords. So I feel that someone might have been taking advantage of you, and it may have been too much for you. And I do feel that what's very important is you need to be clearer about your boundaries, be clearer about people taking from you, and allow yourself to have more rest. Allow yourself to be able to take a step back. And if you are deciding between two people, then the message would still apply, that you need to take a step back and actually need to assess, I do feel that some of you may have actually been in a bit of conflict recently around a relationship, and the best way to approach it is to not only take a bit of a step back from it, but also see where you can have a little bit more of a playful approach to things. So what's very important for you to express, pile 3, is your boundaries, and also to remember to respect the boundaries of others at the same time. Okay, so what is it that you need to take? What is it that you need to give? You need to give. And just as I was saying that, and this is why this makes so much sense, we've got the Fool card here, is that, so what you need to do, pile 3, is that you need to allow others their freedom too, because the Fool card talks a lot about freedom. It's like, allow others their freedom to go with the flow. Allow to trust the flow of things. See, when we've got Two of Pentacles here along with the Fool, there's a lot of change that's happening in your life at the moment. We've got the Temperance here and things balancing out. So it's allowing yourself to go with the flow, allowing other people to experience the flow, and allowing them to be guided by their hearts too, just as maybe you'd like to also give them their freedom, give others their freedom in relationships. There might have been a habit in the past where they might even, that you might play a lot of power games, and even the people that you're involved with, maybe they've played a lot of power games, but it's to give yourself that freedom to step out of that space and give them the freedom too. Yes, and when you express the time that you need and express your boundaries, it's going to allow for more freedom in your relationships. Okay, so what is it that you must take? So I remember I spoke about a third party situation, and now we've got 3 of Cups here. What do you need to take? Yeah. More of celebration, right? More of celebration. Having more of a playful approach. You need to take that. And if you're in a third party situation, you need to be honest with yourself. Respect your boundaries and your integrity and your need. Take a break from that. Get out of the situation. And that is whether you are the one who's choosing or whether you are one that feels like they're needing to be chosen by someone else. I do feel that whatever is playing out is there's a lot of attachment style scenarios that are playing out here. And pile 3, you might be someone who's afraid of being abandoned. So having options is why you want them. I have no judgment, but you're just being advised to maybe look at that. Like, is there some sort of abandonment that you're avoiding by getting yourself involved in a third kind of party situation? If you're not in a third party situation at all, I feel that you might very much be in a single space and waiting for something to happen. So what's going to be very good for you is to then spend more time with your friends. Stop leaving yourself in a space where you're seeing yourself as a victim and you're seeing yourself as being cut out of things. It's to allow yourself to be guided to spaces where you feel like you can be celebrated, where you feel like you can celebrate with people. I actually want to draw another card. What else do you need to take? Please clarify the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Cups together. Please clarify. Okay, yes. So Page of Cups, allowing that opportunity for you to be celebrated, right? So take the gifts of sensitivity, take the opportunity for new love, take the perspective of innocence and naivety, because we've got the Fool next to the Page of Cups. Be more sensitive to yourself and your needs. Be more gentle to yourself and your needs. And receive that, because I do feel that there may actually be someone who wants to give that to you. So we're speaking about intuition here, and Page of Cups also talks a lot about intuition. And I feel you're going to really understand what you want more the more that you listen to your feelings, pile 3, and to take the messages that your feelings is giving you, that your feelings are giving you. Don't be afraid to receive the emotional expression that's coming your way, but also don't be afraid to take the messages that you're getting from your intuition around your feelings. And yes, that's really what it feels like is coming through. I'm not necessarily picking up anything else. Please do let me know if that resonates in the comment section, pile 3. Alrighty, so how are you going to get the love that you want? I feel as though this is so interesting, because the more I'm looking into this, I feel like this is a relationship. I feel like this is like, I know I've said that there's 2 options, but I also feel that there are some of you that are single that are looking at this pile. So if you're in a third party situation, because we've got 3 there, we've got 3 here, and then we've got this card too, is look to the long term. So like wherever you're at, so third party, whether you're choosing between 2 people, or whether there's someone you're interested in who may be involved with someone else, or even some other dynamic, is look to the long term. What is it that you're envisioning for yourself in the future? Because that is what is going to lead you to the love that you want. You need to, I feel like there may even be a bit of a long distance situation where you have to travel to go and see someone. And I feel that there's maybe even a concern around that. And if that is the case, if that's resonating for you, because I do feel like this could be very specific, I do feel that you may need to look into the future to actually going to see that person and to actually receive maybe what this person wants to share with you, but also for you, if they're far away and they're coming to you, then to receive them to come to you and allow that reunion to happen, allow that expression of love to happen. So if they've left and come back, allowing them actually into your space is going to be better for you in the long term. If you do want to pursue this relationship, you'll know if I'm speaking to you. Let me know in the comment section if that particularly resonates. If you are choosing between 2 people, or in any third-party situation. Look to the future. What is it that you want for yourself in the future? Because I feel like you may be getting caught too much in the power struggles that's happening now. Allow those downloads that's coming through into your intuition and through you being in your quiet spaces. Allow them to feed what it is that you're looking for in the long term. I do also feel that for some of you, it's time to turn your back on a third party situation where you've put too much energy. And I also think for others of you, it's now the time is to not take too much action anymore. Be clear on what you want and allow it to come. Allow your ships to come in for you. You will know which message resonates for you. The more I've given it several options, what feels the most right to you, that is how it's going to make the most sense and resonate for you. All right, pile 3, I hope this healing, interesting. I hope this reading brought some healing to you, brought some clarity, and allowed you to see in your relationship and your different situations what kind of love you need at the moment and how to get there. Do let me know in the comment section what resonated the most. And if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe and check out the description box for personal reading. And that's what I've got for you today. May you be eternally blessed on your right path, and may you be under divine direct supervision and inspiration on your life. Sending you so much love and blessings, pile 3. I'll see you in your next reading.